Why do you roast peppers, and when? Let's find out while we make a poblano cream sauce. Now let's begin with figuring out what happens to peppers when they're subjected to heat. The heat of the oven, grill, or flame that you're roasting your pepper with breaks down its cell's walls. This caramelizes its natural sugars, allowing a smoky, sweet, rich flavor to come through instead of a crisp, bitter, snappy flavor that you get from raw peppers. While the water in the flesh starts to evaporate, the skin starts to blister and char, forcing it away from the body of the pepper. Roasting peppers reduces the presence of oxalates, which cause bitterness, allowing the pepper's sweeter flavor profiles to come through. Subjecting peppers to heat also increases the bioavailability of antioxidants like lipocene and vitamin A by up to 160% compared to raw peppers. Now, how should I roast peppers, you may ask? Well, method one is to roast it directly over a flame like a gas burner or a grill. And method two, which I'll be using, is in the oven. Now, I'm gonna get this oven piping hot, around 450 degrees, and get that going. And then I'm gonna bake this pepper for about 15 to 20 minutes. Now, about halfway through, I'm gonna be sure to take these out and just flip them, rotate them. Now, before you remove your pepper, make sure it's evenly charred and the skin is peeling off all the way around, like this. Now, I'm gonna cover up the peppers with a lid that I use for pots and stuff like that. I'm just gonna cover the peppers and let it steam for just a few minutes, maybe 5 minutes or so. This is gonna help the skin release from the pepper. Now that you've let it steam for a couple minutes, you can start by removing the skin. I would wear gloves to do this, or if you don't want to or don't have gloves, you can use a paper towel and a knife and just start to scrape away that skin. Now, do not wash the pepper with water at this stage, as the water will carry away all the smoky flavors and just make the pepper unnecessarily more mushy and wet. And now that the skin has been removed, I'm going to chop it and remove the seeds, as the seeds become bitter once they're roasted. Now that we've covered the basics of what happens when a pepper is roasted and how to do it, let's go over when and why you should roast peppers. When you want a smoky, concentrated flavor, you can use roasted peppers in sauces, spreads, soups, or salads. And you can utilize overripe peppers that might be past their peak freshness period. And when you want to preserve them, you can keep them in oil or vinegar. All right, here's the result. I made a double batch this time, so you should only get one of these by following the recipe that I provided in the comments. And I love to use this stuff as a dipping sauce for chicken or drizzle it on tacos, stuff like that. It's super, super good.